Hey guys, your Ramble here, and just a quick piece before the video. I hope you enjoy it. This is just a piece of the campaign from LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 that they revealed at EGX. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, most importantly subscribe, and peace.
We actually have another part of the demo as well. So what I want to do is jump into one of the levels that we've got. So we actually have one level playable on the show floor, which is the very first level of the game. It's the prologue that takes place, the kind of very first thing. And if you finish the first game, there's a post-credits cutscene where the Guardians of the Galaxy arrive on Earth.
Right.
And they say, we're here. And Nick Fury's like, oh no, it's fine, we're sorted. And you're like, no, that's not why we're here. And this now picks up from there.
Did you know, or did you just do that for a laugh and then?
No, we knew we wanted to come back.
Right.
So the detailed ins and outs of the story we were still working on, but we knew we were going to come back. We knew we wanted to do something different.
That's
and
cool.
Finally, it's been 4 years. We now get to go, this is what we meant.
Man, that's awesome.
Excellent. So I'll load into the level. It's Surtur.
Right.
The team love a play on words.
Excellent. I would expect nothing less.
And we have these cutscenes in the game, so anytime you're kind of loading into a level, J. Jonah Jameson kind of is giving you an update on what things are happening, and it kind of keeps you up to speed with things. But what I'll do is if I skip this one, and we'll be able to go straight into the kind of actual cutscene of the level.
Cool.
My king. The kingdom is lost. Our forces scattered.
Enough! This destruction was brought about by those fools, the Warriors 3, defying Kang. We had a deal.
Odin, I still know not why thou made such a pact.
Brother! I mean, son. You're alive.
Father, what is this madness?
Thor, is it really you?
Oh, father!
Heimdall!
Heimdall! Loki, how? We banished you into the abyss.
Kang plucked me from that demise. With his help, I sent Father on a fool's errand to find you after Manhattan was lost an age ago, leaving me to finally take my rightful place on the throne.
Thor! It's coming down!
As Guardians, finally I will exact my vengeance.
Surtur, foul beast!
I'm going to take your
So this is our boss encounter against Surtur. So this is the 7th level of the game. It takes place on Asgard. And this is kind of like one of the things where we get to show we're doing things a bit different from boss encounters, but also just the goons themselves. So any enemies you come across, we have different types at different parts of the story. So you might come across an enemy who is carrying a shield or something. So if you sit there with someone like Star-Lord just shooting away, he's just going to block it all day long. So you have to think of a different way to get through from a combat point of view. So we have certain things like you might need to use Star-Lord's gravity mines, and you use that to lift them off the ground.
Right.
So we wanted to kind of up the ante with the combat as well. So with this boss encounter, we need to figure out a way to defeat Surtur. He's covered in fire, so a good thing might be to use water. So if I do something like take out Loki's chest, we can use that to put the flames out, as long as I don't get destroyed.
So the elemental kind of side of the character's powers is going to be important for this boss battle. That's why I'm picking up here.
Yeah, very much so. And that's something throughout the game. We want to kind of like that have really intuitive. Okay, I have something like water or ice. I can use it to put fire out.
Right.
Or I have lightning, electricity. I can use it to charge something up.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it hopefully very intuitive for people, so they know what they can interact with. And then, of course, the puzzles get a little bit more complicated as we go into the free play elements. So as you're kind of exploring, you want to find all the various bits and all the secrets, unlock all the characters. That's when we kind of dig into, okay, this is where it gets a bit trickier. And this is probably one of the largest games we've ever made. It really is a huge title. We wanted loads of cool content, loads of cool things to do, so that people are going to keep coming back. And not only from the story point of view in the free play, we actually have a 4-player competitive mode in this game.
Okay.
So that's something that's brand new for LEGO Marvel Superheroes. We wanted to do it so people keep coming back and they keep having fun with it. And it kind of answers the age-old question of who's going to win in a fight versus Captain America versus Spider-Man. Now you get to kind of play this multiplayer mode, and where it's 4-player, you can do 2v2, all on all, 3v1, you know, kind of really mix and match.
What are you doing here? You're using electricity powers to charge something?
Yep. Yeah, so Thor and Thor Jane Foster both have the ability to kind of cool down lightning. So you press an odd circle and you charge up.
Okay.
And I've just used it to kind of charge up that switch. And we now have this handily placed water barrel dispenser.
Nice.
Which is just what we needed for this boss fight. Whoever decided to leave that there, good work. So what we do is we pick them up. Any character that's got super strength, so we'll use Thor. And then we have to throw them at Surtur, and we have to hit them a couple more times. Above him, we actually have a health bar, which is also something new for this title. We have boss encounters which are kind of a bit more complicated than we've had in the past.
Right.
And as such, we have things like health bars, just to kind of give the player an indication of how well they're doing.
There is a lot going on. It is good to have that kind of indication, isn't it?
So now that we've been throwing water at him, Surtur is now going to come up to us, and we're going to go toe to toe.
Nice.
And this boss fight actually, we have it so that it's more dynamic as well. So as you're kind of attacking, if you're constantly doing short-range melee attacks, he'll do attacks to knock you back.
Okay.
If you're constantly hitting him with ranged attacks, he'll start blocking them.
Right.
So the idea is we want players to kind of be able to mix and match and go, okay, what's the best way to defeat him? What are the best moves I can use? And then if you're kind of a younger gamer, you'll still be able to get through it. But if you want to try and get the best results, if you want to try and go, right, I want to save my star total, I want to try and do everything I possibly can to kind of get true hero, then you need to kind of mix and match. You need to kind of look at what he's doing, avoid his attacks, really kind of dip in and out.
And adapt.
So it's also with these boss fights as well, because of the nature of being able to say this is the kind of first like true next gen kind of Lego Marvel experience. They are much bigger. The team have gone to town with them. Huge amount of enemies on screen at once. Some really cool things going on. And then some of the other levels as well. There's some like really incredible things in there that we're really kind of at that point where we want to show more and more and more. So we've got some really cool things in there, and some things that I think people are going to be very surprised that we managed to be able to include. So with the kind of the way the story plays out, we have things like the ability to do branching stories.
Oh, wow.
So there'll be a point where you get to pick, okay, I either want to follow this team or that team, and you'll play out the level and see what happens.
Oh, dude.
Cool. So what I'm going to do now is Captain America has the ability. So what you can do is he can throw his shield, so like you see in the films.
Yeah.
And we're going to look for that ricochet point. So if I just basically move the cursor over and throw it. Ah.
Attack.
Just got taken out at the last minute. So this is going to send it hurtling along.
Very accurately done.
And we're actually calling in a little bit of help from someone. So this is Gwenpool.
Okay.
So Gwenpool's a really important character in the game.
Yeah.
We've done away with red bricks. We now have pink bricks. They're all Gwenpool themed.
Right.
And there's actually Gwenpool levels that like she'll narrate what's going on. So she's like a really cool character, and she can talk to the player because she kind of breaks that fourth wall.
Right.
And having her kind of being really important within not just the story but the whole game, it's loads of fun.
Nice.
She's a really cool character. She actually has an ability to pull out her mobile phone and take selfies.
Right. Okay.
So
Very
you can
important.
hold it up and you can sit there, take a selfie. You can pick which filter you want, and then you can use those pictures around the kind of open world and things. You can put them on billboards. So you go up and go, I've just taken a really cool picture. It's kind of me and She-Hulk, and we're just kind of chilling out. So you take this picture, and then you use that to kind of decorate the world to make it your own.
That's wicked.
And of course, we have quests revolving around it as well. So we, like I say, we really wanted to go big on this game. We know that there was a lot of fans of the first title, particularly in our office. I mean, we love making these games. And like I say, we genuinely have Marvel fans. So when we get to come back, we were like, okay, there's certain things we're going to have to include. This needs to be there, that needs to be there. And then also just kind of reworking what you'd expect from a Lego game as well.
Yeah, of course. He's tough, man.
He is, which is a good thing. So what we need to do, once we take his life down a little bit more, it will then play the outro cutscene. So it's interesting when we kind of be able to get to show these games at kind of events like this. We love to kind of see what players like, what they dislike, and also just what characters they like as well, who they want to see in the game.
Have you been hovering over people's shoulders as they've been playing on the stand?
Oh yeah, at one point I was actually over there playing it.
Right, okay.
Nice teamwork.
brother. When we unite forces, brother.
He snuck out on us.
Ah, families.
Thor!
Heimdall, thank the World Tree you survived.
Mere rocks won't break me.
We have much to discuss. We require your aid, locating shards of the Nexus.
Curious. Odin, I mean, Loki, was asking of the same.
Then go with them. I will keep vigil here should Surtur return.
You make a most worthy Thor.
Let's regroup back in Manhattan.
Finally! I've always wanted to visit Broadway.